Hello, everyone. It's Scotty T, and it's your comedy minute. And I have a wonderful, a fantastic comedy legend, let's call him. He's a comedian, he's a writer, he's a producer, he's a DJ. Keith Purnell is here. Keith, it's so nice to meet you, sir.
How's it going? Nice to meet you too, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. You're a wonderful guy. It's DJK.
Woo, yeah, that's the other name. DJK's the other
Yeah,
name.
I didn't know which introduction you wanted. DJK.
No. Keith DJK Purnell. Because I started DJing when I was 12 years old.
That's what I was
So
going to ask. How it
yeah.
came about.
Um. See what happened is my older brother who passed a few years ago. When he joined the service, I
Okay.
was still he was 18, so I'm like a freshman in high school. He joined the service and he was actually stationed down in Dover. I live in Delaware. He was stationed
Right,
down in
right,
Dover.
right.
Back then, this is early 80s. So this is, 80, 81. So back then, it wasn't much. There was no computers. We didn't have the cell phones and all that
Yeah.
stuff. You went in the service, you bought a car, clothes, and he bought DJ equipment for some reason. Well, he bought it, but it just sat in his dorm. So one weekend, I went to stay a weekend, spent some time with him, and he wanted to take me out. I'm like, what is this stuff? His ass just some turntables. I never left his room that weekend. And it got to the point where he was like, you know what, man, I'm not messing with this stuff. Here, you take it. So here
Oh
I
wow.
am, 12 years old with DJ equipment, records. And hey, I just happened to get good. So I've been doing it since. So that's where the
Well, then
DJK comes from.
I won't tell everybody how old you are. I know, but I know because you talk about it being GQ from the
What do you
front.
mean, you know? As long as you know, you need to know, and then nobody else need to know. No.
GQ from the
Are
front.
you ready? My birthday's coming up
GK
this
G
month.
GQ from the front. That's one of my favorite jokes. My grandfather built the first Dairy Queen in
That's
Pennsylvania.
right. From the front, and look, I'm from the
Look,
front. I'm
GQ.
GQ. From the side, DQ. What the hell, man? It's
I love that. And
you
here's the
can
best
see.
part.
Look, my nipples are showing. Come on,
Yeah,
man. Look at
buddy.
this. Let's put the lighting
My
here.
grandfather built the first Dairy Queen in Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know that I'm in York, Pennsylvania. We talked on Saturday.
Yes.
You were in my
Yes.
neck of the woods,
Yep. I was visiting my.
five
I'm
minutes
like,
from
wait
my
a minute.
house.
I'm like, I'm in York.
Sal Rosenberg.
Yes.
You've been doing comedy a long time. In other words, we established you DJ'd since you were 12.
Yes.
I know you've been doing comedy a long time.
Hmm.
How did comedy come into the mix?
Wow. Uh, hadn't told this story in forever. So I was working with this guy, and actually he was my boss at the time. I was worked in parts management, and I was working also taking service calls and stuff like that. He was a
Okay.
service manager, and he lived in Jersey. I lived in Delaware, and he had something to do. And he says, "Hey, I'm going to be in Delaware. Maybe we can hang out. Have a couple of drinks or something like that. I'll be around." I was like,
Right,
"All right,
right.
go find something to do." Back in the day, this is like early '90s. Whatever.
By the way,
You had to go.
I'm 63, okay? So you need
Yeah.
to stop that shit. Stop that old shit. Go ahead.
Back in the day when you had to have a pigeon and you would send messages, and or you send some leper out 26.2 miles to deliver a message. Back in those days, um, you had to
Pony,
look in the newspaper. Looked in the
Pony,
newspaper, and
Pony
there was a
Express.
entertainment. You just got that the marathon. I'm
Yeah,
a smart
I
man.
got it. We got it. Keep going. So
And
anyway, you're at the parts place, the boss.
damn, you did your homework. Um, so I'm looking in the paper trying to find something to do, and we seen open mic night, comedy cabaret. We're like,
Okay.
hey, let's go look at comedians.
Right.
$5 to get in, have some drinks, get some laughs.
Right.
And while I'm there, we're there, and there were some guys who were good, some guys who weren't good. But then I didn't realize what an open mic meant. So we're just
Okay.
like, oh wow. And then, the host goes, hey, anybody, wants to get up and try this. Back then you had to call 2 weeks ahead. It was a comedy cabaret. You had to call 2 weeks ahead of time
I know
to
it.
put your name on the list. So we go, all right, well, let's try it. Anybody can do it. Let's try it. We're like, yeah. And literally for like a month, we were like writing stuff down. we were all excited. So we made the call we had 2 weeks before we were both supposed to be on. The day before, he got like cold feet. He goes, "Come on, man, we're not comedians. We can't go up on stage." And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And it was just bugging me. So I went by myself that night, and I did okay. I mean, I can look back. I made like two or three people laugh, which was at the time my first time on stage was great. But I had DJ experience in high school. I was on my radio station, so I wanted to be a rapper. So being on stage was
You're already
yeah, I'm
comfortable.
already comfortable, but
Yeah.
being funny is totally different. So I went up and hey man, that did it, man. It hooked me, it drew me in, and I haven't stopped doing comedy since, man.
Okay.
And
You've been
it's
doing
just been the
comedy a
greatest
long.
thing.
You've been doing comedy a long time. You've
Yes,
been on Last Comic Standing, Comedy
yes,
Central, Showtime,
yes.
The Apollo, Howard Stern TV. Is that right?
Yeah. They had a Killer Be Killed comedy competition.
Okay.
And yeah, I won.
GQ.
Kicked some ass.
There's GQ.
Last comic standing. I was now I didn't make it to the house, but I went 2 years in a row, and they had some clips of my act on there, which is good. The
Yeah.
fact that they picked it out of millions of people that went out, so I had a couple of clips on there. I knew the judges, and I'm just
Okay.
like, I didn't move on, but then I learned the behind the scenes
Sure.
stuff to these reality shows.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
at first I was real bitter and upset, but then I knew the background of it. I don't want to ruin these reality shows for people, but they're not all reality. But anyway, but it was a great experience. Met a lot of people, networked, and I
Yeah,
realized I was better than what I was, and I also realized I had a lot of work to do.
sure.
So no matter how funny you think you are, especially if you're just starting out, I'm ready for this. I can do this. No, you're not.
You want to keep
You're
improving
only
all
as
the
good as your
time.
last show.
Pardon me?
So
You're only
I
as
said,
good
you're
as your
only as
last
good
show.
your
Yeah,
last show.
good
Yep.
point.
If you're doing Joe's Bar with 5 people, you go, okay, why am I here? Why am I not doing this? You got to step your game up. You could be at
Right.
a 400 or 1,000 seat theater one day, and next week you're at Joe's Bar and Grill.
Yeah. And so
Take
you
it for
got
what it is.
five
If you don't
people.
want to do Joe's Bar and Grill, step your game up. If you're happy with it, fine. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do those things. And if there is Joe's Bar and Grill, hit me up anytime, keithpurnell.com. I'm willing to perform there and DJ for you. Just throwing it out there.
The five people, two of them are playing pool.
Hey, I've been in those situations too,
Now
man.
stop. Now stop acting up. I'm in charge. It's your comedy minute, but I'm in charge. You opened for, and you mentioned Howard Stern. I think Jackie the Joke Man, Artie Lang, Jim Norton,
Yes.
Don Herrera, Bill Bellamy,
Oh
and
wow.
some
Yes.
folks. And that's
Great. All great
just
comics. I learned
just
from
naming a
every one
few.
of them.
Yeah. So I was wondering if you could elaborate on some of that.
Um,
Like,
I've
in other
known
words,
Jim.
like a favorite memory or one where the guy treated you like shit.
No, they're. I have to say
Really?
they're all
You don't
great.
have any of those stories. And you know what? I watched the podcast where you didn't have a bad show for a long time. You haven't had a bad show for a long time.
Knock on wood, I have not. Even when I've done bad, I've done pretty good, and that's only from experience.
Yeah.
You got to know when it's not working.
Right.
You like what's the gambler? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold. You got to know. So there are times where I go, okay, this is about to turn south. I've
Do
been here before.
do
Let
you
me hit them with
pivot?
this.
Do you
Exit
pivot? Do you
stage
pivot
right.
a little bit?
Yep. Yep.
Do a little, do a Ali on them. So anyway, yeah, comedians that all those guys I mentioned, like a buddy of mine ran the fan club with Jackie the Joke Man Marling. And like
hmm
I wonder, Artie Lang, I mean, Artie had a little problem there for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah. Funny Artie Lang story. Great
Yeah,
guy.
that's
Great guy,
kind
by
of
the way.
that's kind of what I was shooting for there, pal. I
We
see I
did
keep pitching them, you keep missing them, son.
we did no, that was good too. We did a show at the I live in Delaware, folks. So I did a show at the Big
Give
Kahunas.
him
It's
your
not even
address.
open
Give him
anymore.
your address and social security number while you're at it.
Yeah, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Uh,
Wilmington, Delaware.
we did a show at this place called the Big Kahuna. It was it's almost like a Dave and Buster's. They had arcades,
Right.
bar, they had a deck, they had this big boat that bands performed on. It was great. They had all kinds of artists. A lot of people performed there. So they had a comedy show. They had the Howard Stern crew. So it was like Reverend Bob Levy, Jim Florentine, Yucko was there, Sal, um, everybody was there.
Right.
And Artie Lang was headlining.
Okay.
And so when we get there, so on the radio while he's promoting the show, he's like, yeah, so everybody, if you're in the Delaware area, come on out, Delaware, Philly, come on out, we'll have a good time. And hey, if you're there, just buy me a drink, man. We'll hang out and blah, blah, blah. So we get there and we're back in the green room hanging out and everything. The manager comes in and there were two shows. One was like at 8, one was like at 11, something like that. And he goes, hey, Artie, everybody here wants to buy you a drink. He's like, oh, shit. Yeah, I told everybody to buy me a drink, whatever. They can buy me a drink and we'll hang out. He goes, well, everybody says, hey, send Artie a drink, send Artie a drink. He goes, well, what do you want me to do? He goes, you know what? Just give me a tall glass. Give me your tallest glass, put some ice in it, and just put Jack. Just give me a tall glass of Jack with ice. Right. That was it. That's fine. Everyone goes up. Oh, also at the time, I had a bad cold. And I had been doing shows all week. I did a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Here we are Saturday doing this thing. My voice is going. I literally had laryngitis. I'm all set to do 15, 20 minutes or whatever. I can barely talk. So they had me host. I'm up there for barely 5 minutes. I'm just like, so welcome to the first act up. I couldn't do much, but it was still fun. So everyone does well. Artie goes up and he kills it. He has his drink. He's knocking them down. Boom, 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 boom. If you've seen Artie for the first time, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy's so funny. After the show, people selling merch, hanging out, people buying them drinks. All this stuff happens. Now we have a second show to do, so you got to clear it out.
No. Oh, no, I forgot about
Same thing. Artie, all these people to buy you drinks, want me to do the same thing? Yes, same thing. And I don't know where they found this glass. It was the tallest fucking glass I've ever seen in my life, but it was filled with Jack and just ice. Long story short, by the time he got on stage, it was like 4 or 5 comics. By the time he got up, and it's the late show, hammered. Now, granted, there may have been some other things involved other than just Jack.
I got the picture.
And if you know anything about Artie, he's told the Delaware story about where he met a certain person who supplied him some things. Now, later on, he said that story was fake. He was just embarrassed to say that, hey, I rode from Atlantic City to New York just to meet my dealer. But he says, that's in Delaware.
I got the picture, Keith. I've been in those situations.
Right. So by now he's hammered and he's on stage and just can barely hear him. People just yelling at him. So I'm gonna repeat this. If it was your first time seeing him, it ain't like the first show. You're like, where's this asshole? What the hell's this? But it was classic Artie. He still got through it. There are ways where you think he can't do it, he can do it. So, but that's just one of many. But yeah, that was one of many.
We don't need any more on that. I got the picture. You performed. You've done a couple movies. Do you enjoy acting? You've done a couple.
Wow.
Movies?
Yeah. Another story there. I was in. There was Behind Bars was one.
So one Cameron Diaz thing.
Yeah, that was In Her Shoes. Yeah. So I was an extra, and there were probably about 40 of us. And we had no idea what we were going to do. We just knew we had to go to a Sixers game. And they said, come at this certain time, bring any Sixers gear you may have, but we got to go to wardrobe and then pick some stuff out for you. At the time, I'm a diehard Sixers fan.
Yeah.
I was a partial season ticket holder.
Not to interrupt, we're both huge Eagles fans. I'm an Eagles fan. I think you're an Eagles fan too, right? Go ahead.
Hey, I got my ring.
Okay.
I had to wear that for the show.
That's not a real ring, is it?
Well, it's real enough. Wait, you ready for this? I'm glad you brought this up. Look, I got the pop-out wings, baby.
If they're attached, they're real. Go ahead.
Yes.
So anyway.
I brought my own wardrobe, and they were like, what you have is fine. So that worked out perfect. So we get there, everyone has their gear, and we're at the
Sixers game.
We're at the game, and they have us in a hallway, all sitting there. We're just sitting. I mean,
Yeah.
game hadn't started at like the game's at like 7. We were there at like 3 o'clock, and we're just sitting. We're hungry. They go, okay, we got, they're like, we got to feed them. They brought us pretzels. It was pretzels, a bag of chips, and sip ups. Like we were in third grade. Like, and that was it. We couldn't leave. We had to stay there. So finally, they come out and they go, okay, we're going to go inside. They go, I need a really big Sixers fan. Everyone's like, yeah, me. And then they go, okay, name 5 people on the Sixers team. I go, I can name you the bench, the first rotation. I rattled off like 9 names in a row. Pow, 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 pow. They go, wow. Everyone else is like, wow. Bam. They said, you come with us. I go. They take me inside, put me in a seat, and that was it. Um, Next, they had two body doubles come in, which would have been a body double for not Cameron Diaz, but Tony Collette, and I forget the other actor. He's been in a bunch of movies. They're both like famous. So they had these body doubles come in. I didn't know. So they're sitting behind me, and we're there. And then they start picking people, like when you're in a movie, if you ever see like just a random scene in like a coffee shop or in a park, nothing's random. Everything, every person is placed there. And it was like chess. It was like an hour and a half of like, you two look like a couple. You two look like you'd be friends. You look like you'd hang out with him. Hour and a half of that. Finally, bam, we're all set and ready. And there was this guy. There was this black guy and his son, like right in front of me. And let's just say he was very hood. He was very thug, very hood with his son. And they went through all that. They said, "Excuse me, sir, can we offer you some other tickets because we're trying to do this movie and blah blah blah, and we just need this area cleared right here. We can give you some tickets. We can move you down. We can give you some food vouchers and this and that." And he was like this, "Nope, much." They offered this dude the world, and he said, "Nope, nothing." Finally, the director comes over, and I forget his name, but he's the one who directed 8 Mile and a whole bunch of other movies. He came over and he's talking to him. I don't know what he said. I think he said, "I can get Eminem here." I don't know. He talked to him, and finally he was like, "All right." Looked at his son, his done said, "Dang it, let's go." So I don't know what they did. They might have told him take him to the locker room. They cleared that out. Now I'm all excited, and we're there. And then the body doubles leave. Tony Collette comes in. The other guy comes in. They're sitting behind me, and the game starts. And we're just sitting there watching the game. And she knew nothing about sports because, when the players are out there and the organ player, dun, 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 and people are yelling, they got music playing. And she goes, "That is rude. The players can't play with all that going on." And I'm like, "No, it's fine." And she's asking about the game, and I'm talking to the dude, and we're talking basketball now. I'm explaining the game of basketball. And then at one point, the director comes up and goes, "Hey, guys." And I'm like, "Oh, shit, here we go." So I just shut up, and he says a couple things to them, and he goes, "You, keep it up." I'm like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, this is great." He says, "Just move your." I took my jacket off. He goes, "Move your jacket. It's covering the mic." I'm like, "The mic?" They had these special microphones built into the seat. Bam. So now we're talking. I'm high. They're literally right behind me. I'm high fiving them. We're like, "Yay!" Doing us with the game. 2 cameras come up. They're right in front of me. I'm like, inside. I'm like, "This is gonna be the shit. I'm gonna be in the fucking movie." Like, fuck yeah. I'm like, "Yay!" Doing all this. The whole second half they're taping. Now I'm excited. They go, "Oh, you did great." Blah blah blah. Me and Tony Collette shook hands and a hug, and I'm dapping up the other dude. I'm all
I
excited,
know where this is
and
going to end. I
I
know
love
where this is
stories.
going to
Here's a
end.
side story. We had to go through a hallway, and it was where the Eagles, or I'm sorry, the Sixers cheerleaders were. And they were like going in and out, and they're walking by, and I'm like, the door is open. I go, "This is where the cheerleaders are." I walk by, man, it was their boyfriends, their
All right.
kids. It was
Get
like a
finish,
fucking
finish,
daycare
finish what
there. I didn't see
happened
no
because I
nipples.
think I
I
know
did
what.
nothing.
Finish what happened with the movie because I think I know what happened.
Yeah, so, yep. So anyway, I'm all excited. I don't tell everybody that, I'm in it yet. A few people know, but I gotta wait for this to come out. Comes out in the theaters. I didn't go to the theater because I'm like nervous. I go, nah, I don't want to say nothing yet. I mean, I got paid and everything. And back then, the movie companies were making money off the DVDs. So the DVDs come out like 3 weeks, 4 weeks after the movie. Bam, got the DVD. I'm at home. I bought it. I didn't rent it. I bought it. I'm all excited. Put it in, and I'm just fast forwarding. I'm like, fuck the movie. I'm gonna find me. I'm fast forwarding, and then there's one scene where she goes, and here's where you can find me, folks. She goes, what? Who are the Sixers? What are the Sixers? And then it flicks to the basketball stadium. They show highlights of the players on the court. I'm like, here we go. And next, they're out getting cheesesteaks. The scene was like 3 seconds. I'm like, what the fuck?
And you got cut.
Dude. Now, if you have a DVD player, you got speed.
If you slow.
I had to put this shit on super duper slow.
We gotta move on. We gotta move on. I knew that.
And you can see the side of my head. It's like just the side of my head, and that's what I get. That was my
side of your head.
Fucking in her shoes moment.
Okay.
I got to drink to that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We got to do a couple more things real quick. You performed all over the country.
I'm talky. I talk.
It's fine. No, it's what I want. I'm not sure. I don't think you smoke pot.
Not really. No.
No. But what I heard, what I saw, you had a little situation with an edible.
Yeah, oh yes. Oh.
See, now just so you know, because I'm not trying to say that I'm the opposite. I smoke a lot of pot, but I've never had an edible in my life.
I like the white guy still say pot. It's pot.
Weed, whatever. What the fuck do you want me to say? Goddamn, don't start picking on me. Don't start picking on me.
I just never like. Now, be honest, I tried it in high school. Yeah, early on, peer pressure.
No, I was trying to set you up because, again, that edible, that was fucking hilarious. Just bite the ear. I ate the whole gummy bear.
Here's the rest of the story, or how I just changed it a little bit. I was actually at a party when that happened.
Okay.
I was supplying music. There was a bunch of friends. It was a theme party. It was like maybe a not roaring 20s theme party.
Okay.
So I was playing music for the 20s, and after that, everything. I was staying at the house. They let me stay there. It was real cool. The whole thing. Some people there. They had a sandwich bag, and I'm walking up to talk to them. And as I'm approaching, they turned, and I just seen a sandwich bag of gummies. I went, "Hey!" And I reached in to grab some. Literally, they stick together. I had like 3 or 4 of them. I just went, and they went, "No!"
That's what I thought.
I'm like, what? They go, "They're edibles." I go, "No, you can eat it." Ooh. And they're like, "Nah, man, it's like 25 milligrams." What does that mean? And literally, she said, "You should have had an ear or a paw." Like, whatever, man. I'm a grown ass man. Man, I had no ear or a paw. Literally 5 minutes later, I'm just comatose.
That's why.
Somehow I made it back to where my DJ equipment was in my laptop.
Oh,
and
I didn't know
I'm going towards the keyboard, and it was like the keyboard stretched far away. And I was trying to reach the key, and I could never reach it. And they came over, they had a wet cloth on my head. I'm sitting there like, And literally I sat there and like an hour went by of me sitting and I had a playlist going. So literally I didn't have to do anything. I just wanted to look like I was cool, but literally I was like, I can't reach the keyboard. They go, "Keith, you're right there. You're fine."
Yeah, that's funny. Well, let's move on. Produce shows besides doing comedy and DJing and everything. I guess when you produce them, I was thinking about it. If you host and you DJ and you produce it, man, you're making some money.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm kidding. I'm just playing with you. The question is, and I know you're producing shows. We'll get to mention. I think you got Thea Vidal coming up, some stuff, whatever you got doing.
Mm-hmm.
But do you enjoy the producing as much as performing? Because I've had people on. I won't name her, but she prefers to produce. She doesn't like to perform as much. Of other people that the other way.
It's producing is good, but it's the most nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah, right.
You got to hope that tickets are sold. You got to hope that the
Flyer,
comics show up. They
flyers are
come late.
made. Social media.
It's the biggest headache, and you really don't relax until the show
Till the
starts.
show's over. Yeah.
Until the well, when it starts, you feel good. Then when it's over, you can go
Yeah.
But until that show fucking starts, you are still working. You're like, I got to deal with this. I got to deal with that. I got to go start and go do this.
Yeah.
And then when it actually starts, you can breathe
Yeah.
and then hope that the comics do well. Because then you got to hope that they deliver. Hey, I promised everybody's bang up show. I know you can do this. I booked you. I know you can do this. I know you can do this. Hey, sometimes people have a bad day. You're just like, oh.
Yeah.
So it's nerve wracking, but in the end, it can be rewarding.
I was just going to say, probably rewarding as hell. Listen, I want to make sure we cover everything because I want to make sure we get time to your comedy minute. I do want to thank Jeremy Hall, who set this up. Missy Hall was on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
And then this past weekend, I had Jeremy and Missy on together. They have a show called The Hallway. And
The hallway, yeah.
after it got done, I said to him, get me some comedians. And he mentioned you. And I also want to mention Chica Loca, who I don't know how tight you are with Chica Loca, but on your YouTube channel, I saw there's a clip. It's Chica Loca. She's been on the show, and I have nothing. I love Chica Loca.
Mm-hmm.
Hola, Chica.
Hola.
Oh, I mean, I'm working up the right tree. Are you tight with Chica
Oh
Loca?
yeah. I'm tight. Every Delaware comedian,
Yeah,
and
she's
her, I've known
fantastic.
her forever. She's one of my best friends, and I mentor
Good,
mentor a
good.
lot. Now I have a group that I give advice to, and some comics don't take advice and listen.
Right.
It's not that you have to listen. You give somebody asks you because you've been around for a while, you're an OG, they ask you for advice and you tell them,
Yeah,
and then they do it, they come back, oh my gosh, thank you. I can go down the list of so many people that I help, and it feels so good to see
sure.
them being successful that I've been a small part, if anything, of that. And some of them still be like, dude, I never forget you tell me this and thank you. They still run bits by me and stuff
Sure.
like that. So
Well, I think you're fantastic.
I try to be, man. I have
Well,
fun at what I do.
I,
That's the whole thing. Have fun.
that's what I told you we're going to try and do. I
Yep.
think we're doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to. I've got one more little nugget I'm going to pull out. If you haven't noticed, I like to pull shit out.
I know. I love that.
I'm an idiot. I am a. I'll just say it. I'm a complete fucking idiot. Okay. And the last one I'm going to pull out is going to blow you away. But before we do that, mention anything you got coming up. Anything you want to talk about besides? I know Thea Vidal in January. I think it is.
Yes, I got Thea Vidal in January. Also, do the Milton Theater in Milton, Delaware.
Okay.
I've been booking comedy shows there. I'm probably going on 10 years now.
Okay.
We were doing it through COVID when back when they had the limited capacities, theaters couldn't do anything. They
Right.
needed to make money. So what we did was, we started doing comedy shows like every week. They were separated, and a lot of people were afraid to come out, but it was something to do. So I've been there almost 10 years, but the shows have been fabulous.
Okay.
If they're not sold out, they're like 10, 20 tickets away from being sold out. They're
Right.
doing renovation now, but I have a show there in January. A matter of fact, headlining, that's January 2nd. Missy Hall is going to be headlining.
Oh
I
my
got
God, I
Belinda
love to see her.
Clear. She's going to be there. And Emily Epstein. She's from Philadelphia. It's an all-female show with yours truly and my nipples hosting. Should be a great show. So I think that gets me in.
Well, we'll get this up, and I'll tell you what. I've had such a great time. I want you to come back.
Yes, I'll definitely be
Would you
back.
like to come
Also do
back?
trivia. I host
Did you,
trivia
did you
nights
start
too.
drinking? Did you start drinking the tea yet?
I
All right,
drank the tea,
we're gonna get
brought the
to well
tea.
now stop. We're gonna get to your comedy minute, but I have one last thing, and this is me pulling a nugget out.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a podcast. I was watching a lot of stuff today, and I saw a podcast you were on. You were talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. And do you remember your prediction? You were talking about his girlfriend, who's a black girl,
Uh-huh.
and now he's got the white girl, Taylor Swift. And you had a prediction. Do you remember what your prediction was?
No, what did I say? Like, just
They ain't gonna
remind me a little bit.
last. They ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna
No,
last.
yeah, I
And that was 2 years ago, and now they're engaged. And I'm gonna let you go for a minute, and then I'll tell you my thoughts, and then we're gonna do your comedy minute. You tell me what you think now.
Look, let me just say this, man. He went from pow to shaping. I seen a picture of his ex. I'm telling you, I would lick his daddy's ass, her daddy's ass. That's how fine this girl was.
Okay.
And then Taylor Swift was like, hey, I don't know what she has. She's got some magical
You,
unicorn
you think they're gonna? You
vajayjay.
think they're gonna stay together? You think they're gonna get married?
No, I think he's in. He
You know what?
definitely
There
drank
you
the
go.
Kool Aid.
Bingo.
He
Keith, I'll
definitely
tell you
drank the
what,
Kool Aid.
Keith, that's what reason I brought it up. Even though they're engaged, I don't think they're going to end up being married.
Nah, that's
I
that's
would be
that's like
shocked.
soulmate. I think they're soulmates.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. No, I think they're going to break up. It's going to be bad.
No, I think
The
it's
Swifties are going to hate me, but I think you described it best. Your
that was my
description
thing.
there,
But
that
he's still
yeah,
there. He's still there. So it's like, hey,
he's rail thin, man. You ain't lying. She looks
he
like olive oil. To me, she looks
he
like
likes
olive
raisins
oil.
in a potato salad.
She
So I
don't
mean,
she don't do it for me. Well, we got to do it. We don't have time. We don't have a lot of time. We got what about 5 minutes yet? Keith Purnell, it's time. Keith Purnell, your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
like comedy minute. Well, hey man. So um I just want to say I've been doing this a long time, man. I just uh dating again, dating at my age, and it's weird because I had tried the online stuff and the online I can't do online anymore. I can't. Well, first of all, what made it difficult is I didn't have a computer. So trying to go online without a computer was fucking difficult. But the thing is, they got acronyms. We had to learn stuff.
Right?
Like they had I was talking to a SBF, which was a single black female.
Right.
There was a DBF, I found out was a divorced black female.
Okay.
There was a SWF, which is a single white female.
Right.
And then I was really kicking it. Yo, Scott, it was a DWF. And what does that stand for? A fucking dwarf. This bitch was like 3 feet tall, man. It was okay because I wanted a little on the side,
Dwarf. He's a
I
little
want a
person.
cougar though, man. I can't get a cougar. I'm too old for a cougar, man. The girl I'm dating is younger than me, man. I'm the fucking. She think I'm a sugar daddy. I'm Splenda. She needs a ride. Hey, look, I can get you a bus pass, and you can do Uber ride share with me, but I can't get a cougar. These cougars now, they're like these young dudes are making out. They getting Jordans. They getting PS5s. I got Jordans. I got a PS5, man. I'll say it. I'm 58 years old, man. You know what? If I was to get a cougar, I don't want a PS5. I don't want Jordans. I need a bitch with benefits. I'm tired of going to urgent care, man.
Health
She
benefits.
got to
Yeah.
have a pill box. It's got to say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She got to have high blood pressure. We can share her blood pressure meds. That's all I'm saying, man. That's what I want. Uh,
Sounds like my kind of girl. Oh, my friend, thank you so much.
no problem, man. I have
You are
fun, man. I have
wonderful.
fun, man. I have
Listen,
fun. This is
I
great, man.
want you to come back. Let me stop the recording so we can spend a minute or two off the air, okay?
Oh, of course, of course.
Okay. Thank you very much. And come back and see me. Happy holidays.